You got all that greatness that the people in this world, in this realm, are going crazy about. That letting you know the African right to be wrong. But anyway, it said that the Hyksos was nothing but a group of Egyptian priests and a group, a culture, because you know the priests that have their own people in the culture take over and rule for 150 years. You see? And they are called the Set worshipers. See, I wouldn't go in, I could say they would be a foreign people, but what are they doing worshiping the same religion? You see? It's this, and a small group of people that nobody else in the ancient world in that part of the area was strong enough to take over Kemet when they were so-called supposed to be at the height of power. You see? The real deal behind this is it was a sexual practice. Now we're getting into this creation of the white man. It started a couple of thousand years ago. We would say that some of the first creations, since the white man can't trace his history back to 6,000 years, we could say that the manifestation of that happened in the 6,000 year period. And all up until this time, you have a division in religion. You have Set Typhon being the adversary of Osiris, which means the enemy of the black man. The black man is God and is able to go to realms. The white man is the devil. You understand? So we actually are not talking about mythology. You know, it's mythology for the commoner, the everyday person. But as a person evolves, he'll understand the real esoteric science behind the religions. So we have two religions going on. We have the Set worshippers that worship Set, and then we have the mythology of Osiris that's worshipped by the greater part of Kemet, and then we have the Set worshippers taking over. Well, what is this Set worship? This Set worship is going into a mythological practice. Now later on we have, unfortunately, we have I gave you the chorus fragments. You can get in touch with me again. I gave you the chorus fragments back in August with the Hebrews being a part of that Set worship being kicked out. We know this because they worship the ass, and Set ends up not the mythological devil no more, but he ends up the third son of Adam and Eve. Check in your own Bible. Whole lot of funky stuff going on. You see. Third son of Adam and Eve. You see. As well as the Libyans who worship Set, because but then the Egyptians say the Libyans are TAMA-HU. So this Set thing is tied in along with this white boy. Now in that hieratic papyrus of the British Museum that I gave you foreign countries who don't have one, come pick one up on the desk. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a few. Just pick one up. It says right here, in the Egyptian book of dreams, the characteristics of the followers for the Asiatics in the corrupt passage. For the followers of Set, I jumped the line. For the followers of Set are enumerated. It is surely not by chance that we find the Asiatics here in a corrupt passage. Now the Asiatics, remember this whole part was Asia. There wasn't no such thing as Europe at the time. You see. But not only, well, there's a lot of people in Asia. Why they got to be the white boys? But they go on to say in here, they locate a particular region. It may be going too far to suppose, according to the Book of Dreams, that the followers of Set are typical foreigners. This is later on. Now this is later on. The followers of Set is actually talking about a group of people more than it is talking. In Egyptian, in Kemet, it's talking about a practice that a group of black people are doing at one time. But this time, when they're talking about foreigners, they're talking about a group of people. The foreigners, let's see, foreigners are typical foreigners, and that the foreigners are Sethian people. Their sexual conduct is reprehensible. They are given to drink. They are quarrelsome and murderous. They will indeed, now listen to this, they will indeed not reach the west, but they will reach the neither world. Now, what does that mean? The west is the path of the sun, the alpha and the omega. It's the yin and the yang. It's the lower chakras to the kundalini, which is the highest God form. They say it will not reach the west. What they mean in a heavenly realm is they will not reach the path of the sun going from starting from east and ending up in the west. And later on, this whole world ends up in the west, which is the heavenly region. They will not reach that part, but they will reach the neither world. Now, the neither world is the lower part of the astral planes, the lower part of heaven for all you churchgoers. When you die, you come out of your physical body into your astral body, and you go to heaven. Or if you God enough right now, you can do it every night if you want to. Come to the man tomorrow, and he'll teach you how to do this for the next remaining of the weeks or whatever. But I'm gonna do it in I'm gonna do it by next week, because when this cosmic energy coming along, I'm gonna invoke a UFO off that astral plane. And we're gonna kick some ass soon. That's right. And I'll get into that in the solution part of this lecture. Now, the astral world. The neither world is the lower part of the astral world. So when they say he will not reach the west, that's the heavenly, the last frontier. Like they say, the final frontier. You hear UFO, Star Trek, the final frontier. The neither world is this neither world. It is the lowest manifestation. It is the judgment, the amente, the personification of what the later on Hebrews get and you use as hell. But Osiris, a black man, being the people that's going to judge these people, which means us. Understand? Am I clear? Everybody all right? Okay. He will reach the neither world. Now, going a little far. So, now we have tied this thing down. Keep this in mind, because we're going to talk on this neither world, and remind me again if I go too far. Now, again, what is it? What is so bad about this set typhon and stuff? What is it? What is so bad? Well, it goes like this. There's a practice that is done where, and I want to read it for you. Let me get it. There's a practice that is done in procreation. Well, you can get with your woman after you have evolved of these chakras going to the black dot or the higher realm, the kundalini, the third eye, the pineal gland opening up. This kundalini practice, you can get to a person, get to a certain thing while you're doing sex. You know, Farrakhan did a lecture back in 1988, The Black Agenda, where he said that we don't even know how to procreate. There's a science behind creating. Right. Well, what they're actually talking about is a creation or a sexual thing where the black man and black woman used to create gods. They used to create gods. Or they say that other child. You could either create Horus or Heru, which is the prototypical Christ, which Christ being a title, meaning the anointed one, rather than a historical person, even though there is a historical Jesus, a mythical Christ, which is a scientific Christ, which all you can become Christ by going to a higher realm. You can either create Christ, or you can create that other child who is that hidden God, Set, which is Satan. You understand? Now when they're talking about this fall, he comes from black and he falls and he ends up a foreigner and white. He ends up a mutated person. It's interesting, I said on the last video, now I want to keep this about this horse, and I'm going to look down on that, and I don't want to get my train of thought messed up. But it's interesting. They say out of the four deities of that family, which in Budge's book, Osiris, the Egyptian Resurrection, Volume 2, he said that family that they're talking about, Isis, Osiris, I give the Greek names, Isis, Osiris, Set, and Nephthys, is actually one human family. That's all it is. You see, once you go to this astral realm, you become God. You God on earth, you become God up there. We worship you as God. It's a whole science behind it. That's all there ever is, all there ever will be. We need to get out of this spookism going into the year 2000. But anyway, these four people, you have Osiris, you have Isis, and you have Nephthys, which is Isis's sister, which is Set Typhon's wife. All of them, those four people, Set Typhon is the only one out of all those people that don't have a human head. You see? don't have a human head. But now we understand that these prototypical figures are not talking about some type of spooked up God, but it's actually talking about human people in human situations. So now this Set typing is talking about a mutation. In there they say he leaps forth out of his mother's womb because he's reborn again. But number one, he's an older God, then he's reborn again with I think it's what, Newton Gale. He's reborn again, and he gets impatient just like the